you, Roger. There we go. Right. Ooh.
Oh, look, he's come prepared. He's brought the props and everything.
It's not amateur hour.
I haven't got any props. Why have I not got any props?
I think it's out of sync. Hang on. Ruin the effect. There we go. Right. So, yes.
I've got nothing.
May the 4th. So
it is. It is. It is. It's quite funny as well because I was going through, when I go on Facebook today, it was showing me statuses I'd done from every year, and every year this day is just a different sort of Star Wars one, right back to like 2011 or something.
Yeah, because it's this millennium, isn't it? Really, I don't remember seeing it much longer than 10 years ago.
Yeah. I don't know when it started and who started it and when it actually becomes sort of an official holiday, if you like. But yeah. I started sort of putting stuff about it on social media about 2011.
Disney aren't complaining about it, though, so...
No.
Right, so let's have a look. People in the chat. BrickKid72. Obviously, he remembers the good old days of the original trilogy in Episode 5, because, let's see, what was this? 1980.
Yep.
Bloody hell.
It's crazy. It's that old, man. It looks better than half of the films from 1980 to 1990.
The model effects are still outstanding. Shit. So yeah,
what I like about Star Wars, just in general, is the aesthetic of it. It's so timeless.
Yeah.
That they still use it now. They use all the designs. It's 40 years later.
Yeah. So it's 40th. Well, 43rd anniversary is May 21st.
Okay.
Right? Oh yeah, Canada, United Kingdom. How did we get it for the same? Oh, United States had premieres. There we go. They got it properly June 20th. That's weird. But there we go. So today we were watching this version that probably most people have owned at some point. Yeah.
Not this one.
Get that rubbish away.
Not this one.
4.3 B1. No special effects in my one.
That's the version I grew up with. That's the first version of Star Wars I had, was them blue cover with the red font VHSs.
Yeah, so this is the choices we had.
Oh, them gold special editions. It just unlocks memories in my head.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Love that poster though. That's a cool poster.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there was this box that they brought out, which is...
Yeah, that was sort of the re-release. I had that as well, because I think I lost or misplaced or sold my gold ones.
That's the original.
That's a great version.
That's definitely not special edition. Like, if I turn around too quick, I'm going to knock the plug out. Very short stream.
So you're always okay for a copy of Empire Strikes Back.
If this one fails and all those fails, I get the DVDs out. I got about 3 box sets of those.
Last resort, Disney Plus.
If I can get it on that TV, yes. Right. Let's have a look. Who else? We got Dr. Impossible. He's bound to have those very original VHS way before these ones I got. He's got his Jaffa cakes ready. Good evening, sir. Right. Happy Star Wars Day to Sean. How are you? Laugh it up, fuzzball. I just realized I didn't have my copy to watch ready. Amateur Hour. Right. What are we watching? Empire Strikes Back. Not Mannequin 2.
Mannequin 2. The fact they've done a sequel to that blows my mind.
Hollywood came back in there, so must be good. Return of the Jedi, yes, 40 years old. Bloody hell.
Yeah,
that was the first one I saw in the cinema.
A few cinemas are showing it, aren't they, back on the big screen?
Yeah.
The weekend just gone, I think a few did it.
Yeah, I missed them.
Yeah, I've seen them all on the big screen anyway. Like, it would have been nice to see him again, but I've actually been fortunate enough to see him a couple of times, but never ever, obviously, in the original format.
Grainy and mono and
yeah,
on a small
Cloud
screen.
Cloud City, very white.
I made an Empire Strikes poster, and here you are with a VHS. The Force had Force fates. Yes, plenty of Medichlorians in us. goes down smooth. Right, let's play this because it's a long film. Well, it's less than 2 hours, isn't it? Oh, no, hang on.
Just over 2 hours.
2 hours, something, yeah. Like the VHS says. Everyone remembers this?
THX, come on.
Yeah, but...
Do you remember the Simpsons episode when they played the THX?
Yeah, I put that in a video the other day and they bloody copyrighted it, so I couldn't show it.
Oh, no. Let's turn mine down, actually, just in case. Don't want to get Lucasfilm
Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
jumping through the window.
So, do you know what this is?
Yes.
Have you read it?
I have not read it, you know. It's the original sequel before this film, I believe.
Yeah.
But I don't think they used... I've got the Empire Strikes Back novel. I have that one.
Which one?
But I don't think they used any ideas from that
No.
book, if I'm sure.
Yeah, because I don't think, based on the characters and situations, the adventures of Luke Skywalker. So that should be interesting. All right, there you go. Star Wars. Oh, I haven't played. Press play. More amateur. I don't need to watch 2-hour film. I got a 20-minute tape I can watch with some pictures and a book to read.
Oh, great. The condensed version.
Full color.
I miss these opening crawls, by the way. I feel like we haven't seen it for a while now, even though the last one, they did it, obviously, for Rise of Skywalker, but we haven't seen it for a while. I think it's weird. I think it was a bad decision because they come out and said we're only going to use it for the main film.
Yes.
And I'm so used to it because they used to use it for video games, all sorts. So the fact that they've stopped using it, it is Star Wars to me, and I think it's a bit jarring that they don't use it in the TV shows, and Rogue One they didn't use it for and stuff like that.
It sets up between films with this one, so that helps. So apparently, the original Star Wars had this crawl, and then they can get straight into the action, which upset the people that control the movies or whatever. Because you're supposed to have opening titles, then end titles. But George Lucas didn't want to do that, so they let him off one, but they wouldn't let him off this one. I think he got fined $250,000 for not having it.
Really? Wow, learn new things every day, man.
Yeah, and then he quit the organization anyway.
Look at that, 1980.
Yeah,
that looks better than all Michael Bay Transformer movies.
It does. It's just it looks absolutely real and massive. Hey, Mike's here, who is non-horror YouTuber of the month of May.
Okay, how's it going, man? I love the Family Guy episode, the Star Wars one, The Empire Strikes Back, when he goes, I don't know why they call it Hopf. It should have been called Colpf.
There were 3 films I watched in rotational VHS back in probably 83 or 4. 83 I think it was. Blade Runner, Empire Strikes Back, and Rocky 3.
Oh, what a triple bill!
We had a very small video shop.
I had the action figure of this Luke Skywalker as a kid with the goggles and that.
Here he goes. So yeah, they filmed this in somewhere.
Somewhere cold.
Somewhere cold. But it was really cold. They bought snow because they thought there wouldn't be enough, but there was too much. And then there's a scene when he staggers out of the Hoth monster's lair where it's a blizzard and he can't see where he's going. And then it was actually filmed outside the hotel they were snowed in. So the camera crew were in the lobby and they sent
really?
out in the snow in a real blizzard to film it.
Now, what's crazy at the moment, if anyone is watching who's a Star Wars, a fan of the Star Wars comics, the Star Wars comic that Marvel put out when Disney bought Star Wars, they filled in so much gap between A New Hope and this one. Like, so much stuff happened in the Disney version of Star Wars between the original film and this one that they took it too far. Like he'd already met Vader again in the comic before this film, and I didn't like that they did things in it like that.
It is weird. So yeah, these tauntauns were supposed to be lizard creatures originally, but then they thought, let's have a sheep tongue creature instead. That makes more sense in a snowy environment. So he's dared to show his face, and he's here. But Michael, he's a young bloke, and he hates this film.
Take that comment off.
How do I block him?
If you're a Star Wars fan, you hate this film, then I don't understand that whatsoever. That's weird.
Well, like we were saying before we started, the opinions were not favorable when it came out.
That is true. Yeah, that when this film first come out, if you can Google it, Empire Strikes Back, early reviews, people are saying it was such a departure from the first one that people didn't like it and all this, and over time people grew to love it, a bit like everyone will do with The Last Jedi. I'll just say that now.
It's been 5 years. No one's changed their opinions. This had a re-release in 81 and 82 in the cinema. People, and then it was like so popular on its 1982 re-release, because that was before videos, of course. So it was the only way to see it. And my facts are way out of line because I can't find the details. Here we go. It became out of the 100. Where is it? 57th highest film of 82 between Visiting Hours and Beastmaster.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so they had a and A New Hope was 50.
Wow.
They released both because there was only two back then. And Raiders of the Lost Ark was re-released as well. That was number 34. Bambi was re-released at number 32. Bit of a common thread, yeah.
Raiders was higher than Empire.
Yeah.
That's controversial.
I guess. Oh, here we go. The Risk Business, where they filmed some incredible footage. I have to check that out. Empire is so boring. Oh dear. You better step off now before we get your address.
It is a film you actually have to sit and watch, and rather than just pew pew, meow meow meow, pew pew. There's actually a story to Empire Strikes Back. A fantastic story.
Plus, he didn't like Alien either.
Take him off.
He's a Star Trek fan, but then he doesn't like Wrath of Khan, so he prefers the First Contact. So you're not winning any favors tonight, Michael. No one will ever praise Last Jedi. Oh, see, Brickett. Paul will defend it.
I'll defend it all day long. I've been defending it for 6 years, and I've run out of steam. Although I've just gone to accept it that my opinion's right and everyone else is wrong.
There we go. That's how we live life. Twitter. Your own little Twitter group. Hey, Ellis, how are you? One of my dogs looks a bit like the Wampa in this intro. Oh. Dexter, deck officer. I might have seen this too much. Now, can you spot C-3PO's silver leg? Because half the time it's hidden, so. Oh, the poor tauntauns. Now, apparently, the Hoth monster...
The Wampa.
Sorry, the Wampa. Isn't the only one on the planet. They have been capturing them, and there's a room full of them in this base. And then there's a sign on the door that says, "Don't open, Wampas."
Yes, I've seen that deleted scene. I like that deleted scene, but it when you look at it, you can tell it's sort of unfinished and it looks a bit out of place. But I do like that deleted scene.
So when the Empire invades, C-3PO rips the poster off, and the Imperial guards go in and get slaughtered.
Yeah. Now, I believe this scene was done to sort of answer the fact of why Mark Hamill had a scar on his face.
Well, they said it cleared up by this is 2 years after his accident. It cleared up.
Oh, okay.
That's what they've said, but who knows? And then this is like the first of many times he will be upside down in this film. I did see your picture of you upside down.
Yeah. That was at Star Wars Celebration in 2016 in London. They had like a set of this set, and they took a picture, but they flipped the picture upside down.
Makes the
yeah.
Now, apparently it says New York on the back of the lightsaber if we pay close attention, but...
Maybe I've seen that on that VHS, man.
No, I'm looking on a digital copy. Yeah. Zoom in and enhance.
Where's the camera? Isn't it like a camera stand or something? The lightsaber.
Yeah. Now, this is another trick shot where Mark Hamill throws the lightsaber into the snow, so they just reverse the shot.
Okay.
Save thousands on the special effects budget.
I've just realised I've got the special edition, so I can see the Wampa in this. They added like
yes,
what it looks
I'm
like.
just realising that too.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, it's a different Wampa to the one that captured him. This is a female.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they made that a decision, but yeah, we'll see him.
That'd been some like mad Star Wars encyclopedia book, won't it, or something?
Yes. So yeah. And you know that episode of The Simpsons where they filmed the new superhero movie in Springfield and all the prices get jacked up?
Yeah.
I think similar things happened here as well, but I can't come. I only heard a rumor of that. Because this is out in the sticks, so it's difficult. Because Carrie Fisher, who had no outside shots, did join the cast and crew in. Is it Norway? I keep saying Finland. My geography is terrible. And then there's children in the back of this set. I think that was them on a trolley then in the back of the hangar because to make it look bigger.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, and then Alec Guinness did 6 hours work on this film. And he
got for like 5 minutes.
Exactly. So he got paid. He got a point something percentage of the gross. So he made millions.
Yeah. He's a ghost in it for like 5 minutes, isn't he?
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the production designer on Empire, John Barry, was a true physical architect. The look of these films, yes. Norman Reynolds worked under Barry in Star Wars. Barry was a genius production designer, yes. It looks amazing. Any film that can hold up after 40-something years.
It looked like, just looking at it now, it looks fantastic. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like full of planes and stuff.
You can watch a film, hundreds of films from 1980 like this looks old. But like I said, Star Wars, the production design, so the aesthetic of it's so timeless that it looks like it could have been made yesterday.
Yeah. So it was filmed in Norway, so finally get it right. So it had a budget of 18 million, which was mostly put up by George Lucas himself and
from the first film, right? And merchandise.
Made it back in 3 months. Its budget. And made 538 million, but I think that includes re-releases.
Yeah, it's got to be.
But worth the investment anyway. And the toys he made off him.
It is quick when you do watch. I'm going to presume most Star Wars fans have sat down on a day off work somewhere and have watched these back to back to back. It is crazy how tonally different it is from the original film. The original films, is just a space adventure hurrah movie. This one is a quite bleak movie.
Yeah. So this was.
Which is why I gravitate towards it.
George Lucas was too busy to direct it because he was doing other stuff with his Empire. So he got his mentor sort of thing, Irvin Kershner, wasn't a fan of special effects films, but he did it and he did a great job. He also did RoboCop 2 and Never Say Never Again.
Yeah.
Ben, Luke. So then we get the. So this is a U certificate film, and we've had one arm cut off already. We're about to have an animal cut up and guts spill out.
It blows my mind that these 3 original trilogy films are still today certificated as a U.
I know. Tauntaun's dying left and right. Hey, Sophie's here. Paul, why does it feel like I haven't seen your handsome face? Who was we looking at? Hello, Sophie. it's boring because the film taxes the brain with something called story.
Oh, I've got to pay attention to this one.
Oh, fuck. Oh, those guts are gross. So, yeah, this is based on the story that the Revenant film is based on, where someone slept in a dead animal to keep warm.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah. The Revenant's probably based on a true story.
Yeah.
Of a guy that survived by hiding in a dead carcass.
Yeah, I've never put that together. That's cool.
But yeah. But they're saying the thing's dead from cold. It ain't going to be warm for very long.
Now, I don't know if anyone's watching and ever played the game Star Wars Rogue Squadron on the GameCube, one of the best Star Wars games ever made. And you do this level as a
Snow speeder.
You're flying the ship and you're going under the AT-ATs and all that. Wow, it was such a good game at the time.
I've got that upstairs. I should play that more.
I'm
always bombing Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
So this is Rogue Squadron themselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Oh, is it? It's later in the battle that Luke calls him Rogue 2, but he's Rogue 3. Ah, see, he's Rogue 2. I do love these things, but apparently if they did have these flaps that came up, they would just do a flip and crash.
I'm sure I'm going to get corrected in the comments if I'm wrong, but are they A-wings?
Ooh.
She got the A-wings, the Y-wings, the X-wings. I think they're the A-wings. I always forget the lesser known ones. I always mix them up.
Oh yeah, I only know it's a snow speeder, isn't it? Yeah. Now you've done it.
Yeah, we'll call them the snow speeder.
So yeah, the mouth on this Android is literally just an old-fashioned microphone.
Yeah. Oh, I've just realised this is the incest scene.
Is it though?
No.
I used to have Luke's hairstyle.
Yes. Go on.
It was very common.
I try and have Harrison Ford's hairstyle, but I look an idiot.
Did you do the pointing?
Yeah.
Favorite style? Yes, I did. Yeah,
it's easily my favorite one. When I was a kid, it was Return of the Jedi. That was my favorite Star Wars film. But as I got older and appreciated this one because it's a better written movie through and through.
May the 4th be with you. Yes, indeed, and to you, Jamie. Who's scruffy looking?
Scruffy looking nerf.
This went through several writers to get the story because it did change all over the shop. And then we get, because what is it? Obi-Wan says Yoda trained him in this, but then in the prequel series, it's Qui-Gon Jinn that trained Obi-Wan. So
yeah,
there's a few things that left open.
What's crazy about today's Star Wars is they're pumping it out quite a bit. You got Mandalorian, we've had Obi-Wan, Andor, few films, few animated shows. But people say, a lot of Star Wars fans say that they don't want to be watching it all to sort of stay in the bubble of Star Wars. And I've always said, like the original trilogy, you watch the original film and they're talking about things in it that until you watched the prequels, you didn't really know what they were talking about. And that's like with all the other stuff they're doing. They're clever enough. I think Lucasfilm, the story group, are clever enough that, when the Ahsoka series comes out, you won't have to have watched Clone Wars or Mandalorian. That they'll explain who that character is in that show. If you wanted to just watch that,
yeah,
I'm going to presume by the time you've watched that whole show, you will know Ahsoka. And if you want to go back, you can fill in the gaps yourself with the other stuff they've released.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot said. Now, does Han blow this up, or does it, like he said, it's gotten a self-destruct?
Well, in the new Jedi Order games that are on the PlayStation, you can, if you hit them once or in the right place, they self-destruct. So
must have had a self-destruct. I'm not that much of a vandal. It is a bit odd kissing your sister. Well, he didn't know it was.
Yeah, he didn't know. Now did she?
But look at this.
I do wish there was a sort of deleted scene they did as like a joke of like. I wish they did like a joke deleted scene, like, oh, do you remember that time when they had a little sloop?
Yeah, so you got 3 TIE fighters, 4 TIE fighters, and now the Star Destroyers all on screen, and then a massive shadow coming over the Executor?
Yeah, Vader's ship, the Executor. Yeah,
fucking massive.
It's the first time we hear the Imperial March.
Yeah, yes, that is true. It wasn't in the first film, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I love how shiny his helmet is, as it were.
He looks badass in this film, Vader. This is my favourite Vader as well. He looks badass. James Earl Jones really come into the character in this one as well.
Mm. There's Mr. Bronson from Grange Hill.
Hey,
who's the other guy, isn't it? He goes through lieutenants like nobody. Oh, yeah, it's the bad guy from Last Crusade.
Yeah, he spends half the film just doing all his lieutenants in.
Yep, that's it. So now Vader knows. Yep, he's there.
That's the one. Let's go.
Because isn't it the first film? Vader's got red lenses, but then all the future ones, so just got a red.
He just looks so sleek in this film. He just looks so good.
Yeah.
They must have used some polish on his suit.
Now, I've seen this hundreds of times, and I've never noticed that they've reversed shots because the buttons on the badges of the people swap sides, apparently.
Oh, okay. Stop pointing out things like that, because
I'm sorry.
I won't be able to not see it.
There are pages of continuity errors for this film.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Right. I know he didn't know, but it's still weird. Yeah, okay. He probably went all Ace Ventura and started eating lots of gum and having showers.
Yeah. So now that Carrie Fisher's in this film, man. She's hot.
There's no doubt in my mind the cinematography, the production design, the visual effects far outpass anything related to the word CGI. The visual imagination through the senses, great story. So yes, there you go. Perfectly put, as always, Dr. Impossible.
I mean, I do like they did with the sequels that they still incorporated practical sets and practical effects. Yes. Obviously, they had to use films have to use CGI these days. I don't know why. You know, it's cost effective is the answer, but I still like they use some practical sets and puppetry and stuff like that with the sequels.
Yeah. Now, talking about the score, as Vader was there and his theme, this was up for best.
That's going to get you copyrighted.
Only a couple of times. So it was up for best score on the Oscars. Can you tell me what beat it?
Music score.
Yeah.
What year are we in?
I guess it was 81, but a film from 80, I guess it was, yeah. I'll see if the chat knows as well.
Yeah, that's the chat. That's quite.
And is hot. He could get it. Even I think that.
My missus fancies Harrison Ford.
Now or then. Oh, force choke. You bastard. It was the same about Jedi, but Empire Strikes Back has the greatest cliffhanger, yes. Just watching your colleague die next to you.
It's just like, let's carry on.
Yeah, you just got a promotion. I've seen every Star Wars in the theater, starting in 1977 when I was 5 with the OG. It was a huge part of becoming a movie fan. Oh, that was awesome.
So awesome. I love talking to people who've seen films that I love for the first time. I love talking to him. That's why I love talking to Tasty so much, because he's seen so many films that I grew up with that he's seen in the cinema. And I just well, yeah, I don't want to use that word. I mean, use experienced.
Experienced in cinema, yes, that's it.
But I would love to have been around at that time and just been in the world at that time and people experiencing it for the first time.
People smoking
in the cinemas.
Yeah, they smoked until the 90s.
Get these trailers off.
Yeah, at least to the 90s, I think. Lee Brackett did that's it. Thank you, Dr. Impossible. He did the first draft. It was a very clever screenplay writer back in the day, but he did The Big Sleep as well. I think he passed away, didn't he? I know one of the early screenwriters of this passed away, so then they went to Lawrence Kasdan because he skipped out on Temple of Doom because that was too dark.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That is a dark film.
he wrote Raiders, or co-wrote Raiders, but then didn't want to come back for Temple of Doom. No, it wasn't Coal Mine at all, but that Sissy Spacek singing, yeah, that's a good one. Although I'm getting my facts off the internet, so I could be wrong. So, why do they fly past the massive Star Destroyer when they could fly off the other side of the planet?
Yeah, that is true. What I've always loved about Star Wars, not loved, I just find it funny that they go to entire planets, but they make you think that the whole entire planet's just that one climate, like that one location.
Yes. Well, yeah, they've got one planet that's a giant city, one planet that's all sand, one planet that's all ice.
Yeah.
Because, George Lucas wanted it the Hoth beginning, and he wanted it day and snow, so it would show off all the special effects and fancy stuff they made, which is harder to do in space. Hey, Nos. Oh, he's just finished watching this one. Couldn't wait.
Now, do you call them at-ats or 8080s?
I call them at-ats. Although it
sounds
like and then people complain that they say the armor's too strong to shoot at it, and then they knock one over and start shooting it and it blows up. But its weak point is its neck, apparently, so that's where they shot it. And they couldn't shoot it.
I like it's just got like a little slide door at the bottom of it.
Yeah, just for easy access.
Oh, this music's fantastic.
If I can, yeah. Yep. And then, it's just flying through the AT-AT's legs. Awesome.
I just remember watching it as a kid and being like mesmerized by this film. I was like, whoa.
So I think
is that Admiral Piet?
That's him.
There's a Twitter there's a Twitter page called what's it called? Finding Admiral Piet. So every time Lucasfilm or Disney release something new Star Wars, he'll tweet saying Piet was not shown in this product and all this. And then a new comic will come out and he goes, Piet made an appearance on page 5 or something like that.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Because what's this guy doing in the back? Because he's facing the wrong way.
Well, he's the who shoots the
guy.
Cable in it, right? Yeah.
Cable guy. Fame. There you go. It was Fame that won bus score. Thank you. That is it. It's true.
But it's not a better score than Empire Strikes Back. Get out of here.
It's still in every charity shop I see. He loved your Marvel fatigue story. They're not here. Someone confirmed it as AT-AT, not AT-AT, but depends where you come from. It's like scone and scones, isn't it?
You sound like one of them aliens off Mars Attacks when you say.
Hey, Mike, how are you? What day is it? Thursday.
How's it going, man?
I can't remember. Is your live Friday or Saturday? Hey, Mike. May the force be with you. Hi, Surrender. Yes. And watch out for Nightbot.
Jim.
Mr.
Yeah, Nightbot always gets me.
Stop capitals.
I'm a caps man. What can I say?
Remember that really old film, The Empire Strikes Back?
Just about.
So we've got Wade Antilles in here. Was it Dennis Lawson? Who wasn't supposed to come back, but because he was a fan favorite of the first one, they put him in here.
There's a trilogy of novels out called the Aftermath trilogy, which is set between after Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, and it's sort of the fallout of the Empire. And Wedge Antilles is a big character in them books.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
And he ends up getting with a woman in it, and they have a kid, and it ends up being Snap Wexley, who is Greg. Is it Greg Grumber? Is that the actor's name? Greg Grumber. He's J.J. Abrams' friend, but he's in The Force Awakens. That character.
Okay.
There's a little bit of lore trilogy, lore facts here.
Because you've also met the guy that played Vader in Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah. Spencer Wilding. He lives in Wales actually, so he's only up the road. But he's stood in for Vader in Rogue One. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy, the guy who steals Peter Quill's headphones. He played the Wolfman in the remake of the Wolfman.
Right.
And he's done other creatures for stuff in Harry Potter and stuff. But because I knew he was Vader in Rogue One, I recognized him when he walked into my work straight away. And I was just looking at him like, and he clocked me looking at him. And he was like, "You all right?" So I was like, "Yeah, man. Are you who I think you are?" And he asked me, I asked him if we could take a picture of him, and he let us.
Ah, nice. Oh, set for position 3, steady, stay tight and low, and he's down. Hobby, I've been hit. Yeah, it's only when you realize you can see the names of the characters. Yeah, I was wondering what that noise is. My video player making a noise. I think so. Apparently, Mark Hamill broke his thumb on this scene where he gets out of the speeder.
Okay.
I think not that he just nothing to do with getting crushed. This place is falling apart.
Why are you still here?
Come on, princess. I'm going to head over to my 4K Return of the Jedi. Okay, take care, Nos. That's a good one.
Take it easy, man.
Jamie. Send in the troops to... Now, apparently there's when they filmed Vader's entrance, he fell flat on his face when he walks in.
Oh, I'd love to see that outtake.
I don't know if it exists. Oh, so while I remember, the reveal of Luke's fatherage, David Prowse, who did the body for Vader, didn't say. He said Obi-Wan killed your father or something, or I killed your father.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill, James Earl Jones, and I think just a few others, George Lucas and Kershaw were the only ones that knew the truth until it was in the cinemas. Try and keep that secret now.
I think they added them James Earl Jones lines in very late as well.
Yes, last
before they sent it out. Obviously, sent it out to the cinemas.
Apparently, the soldiers on the here are real soldiers from the Norway army or reserves or whatever they have over there. So they were used to the cold conditions. Bump, it's down.
Now they just hire fans to do stand-ins.
Minimum wage. Oh. It's just taking snow speeders out.
Just took that whole base out with one shot.
Apparently there are mistakes where soldiers just randomly fall down without anything hitting. But I've never paid that much attention. Can't go that way. Any excuse to jump on it. Look at that. Now, apparently people are upset because their relationship is toxic now, so he comes on too strong.
Yeah, get a grip.
Hey, old meteors, how are you? Empire Strikes Back. There we go. Picked a winner. I do like how all the stormtroopers have different costumes in this one. For their
the snow troopers and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then the ones, the big helmet, white helmets. Wait for me, wait. How typical. So apparently, yeah, they built a life-size Millennium Falcon for this. And then I think, yeah, they built it in Pembroke, Wales, and then had to ship it in segments to
Fine Studios.
Yeah.
Is that what they filmed it?
Nothing. You were just supposed to say a studio. So I didn't have to look it up. There we go. What, Elstree. And
yes, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah. And then partial explosion scenes filmed in the San Francisco Armory. Oh, here we go. Got to set.
I love, the running gag in this film's quality, but the shit just won't work for him. It's not my fault.
Just need a Mary Sue called Ray to fix it for him.
He bypasses I can't remember the line she says.
Yeah, if you watch Luke's...
I bypass the compressor for you.
If you look at Luke's look at the Millennium Falcon, he's way ahead, so he's not looking at it as it takes off. And then, yeah, that scene where they're tending to Luke's wounds in the hospital is the last scene they're all together.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a massive complaint about Last Jedi. Why are you splitting them all up? Why are they doing that? Well, we did the exact same thing in Empire Strikes Back, so we don't see the problem.
That casino bit is a waste of time. Oh, here we go. See, this is something. Clive Revell got booted from playing the original Empire. Yes. With the Scottish accent.
That's Scottish accent.
So yeah, I don't know which version it is because I think the VHS will have because when the Emperor appears,
the monkey with the eyes and that.
Yeah, it's a woman with heavy prosthetics on her top half, superimposed monkey eyes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mr. Revell's voice, but then in the recent versions, they replaced it with of CGI Ian McDermott or whatever his name is and his voice.
They've done it again. They've changed it again for the re-release, didn't they?
Yeah, that was it. So incompetent they crashed two massive spaceships. But yeah, look at this. Awesome. But scientists have complained that you can't fly a spaceship like that in outer space. It's not a World War II jet fighter. You can't do the rolling spins and come back. Yeah.
Well, they've never flew the Millennium Falcon, so fuck them.
Mr. Bronson has been taken out of this film, unfortunately. Trying to think who the other one is. Oh, see, Mike, The Last Jedi is fucking awful. Do you want to get your soapbox out, Paul? No, not tonight. Okay. I wouldn't say awful.
That's what it is. People don't like good storytelling. I don't know what to tell you. There's people who don't like this film. I mean, you're in that chat, apparently.
Now, this bit with the tools falling on him was made up on the day. They just thought it'd be a bit of fun. Now, the asteroid field. Apparently, there are many things to see in the asteroid field. Apparently, there's a potato, a shoe, and a Millennium Falcon flying at them.
Really?
I tried looking at it as clip earlier. I couldn't see them because they all look like potatoes anyway. But yeah, because George Lucas was being a pain in the ass about the scene, they threw a shoe in it. They literally threw a shoe across the filming of it.
What do you think are worse, the stormtrooper aiming or the TIE fighter driving?
It does seem very easy to take out these things. They don't seem to have any awareness of what's around them. Now, other scientists also said that they land on this asteroid, but they seem to be able to breathe and there's gravity. But I think they're missing.
You know what, though? It's crazy. There's fans out there that think like that. They're like, oh, that won't happen in real life. I'm like, fact check, dude. It ain't real life. It's far, far from real life.
And apparently the odds of surviving an asteroid field have a lot more variables than just the ones you can see.
What's this comment saying? Didn't Gary Kurtz demolish the myth that Star Wars was always intended to be a multi-film saga? Kurtz certainly got it in the neck for Lucas during the making of this film.
He did, yeah. He was the one that came up with stuff, basically. Gotta love this loop-de-loop and back down.
I mean, I don't personally believe that he had the idea mapped out for all 6 films before the original come out, which he has said he had. He said he had he probably had like sort of a base outline of just for his own film where he sort of filled the blanks in himself. But I don't think I had like the prequels in mind until well after the original trilogy came out.
No, yeah, because I think he probably had the idea that one day he may be able to have 3 more films after the success of the first one, and then expand on an idea. But and then that's why the original people were confused when this came out and it said episode 5. Because before it didn't say episode any episodes.
No, it didn't. No.
Hey, Mr. Binney, good day. His favorite Star Wars movie. See, everyone loves this one, apart from Michael.
Yeah.
Evening, Pete.
How's it going, man? You good?
Now, I got a tiny moth attacking me. So, here we go in Dagobah with a lovely matte painting. So, for this set, Mark Hamill is the only actor.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like a set.
I feel like I've seen behind the scene pictures of him with Frank Oz on this set.
Yeah, so once he's on dry land, it's a raised platform, so...
That's right, yeah, that's right.
Apparently Irvin, the director, used to speak to Yoda as if he was an actor, not realizing Frank Oz was underneath because he's so good.
I honestly believe that if a character like Yoda was introduced to Star Wars with today's fans, that character wouldn't fly at all with fans. They'd be like, that little thing's the Jedi Master. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But I love how when we first introduced to Yoda, that he plays himself up to be like just an idiotic sort of creature.
Yeah.
And then we get to that scene in a bit where he flips it to what he actually is.
Yeah. And then some of this was filmed in George Lucas's unfinished swimming pool.
Really?
I think it's the bit where you get sucked under by the monster. So it's a close up, so you don't really see anything around it.
That's crazy.
Magical movie making.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy to think now that, because at the time we don't know or get told why Yoda's here, do we? There's no line in this film that tells you why he's on this planet.
Just retired.
Yeah, it's for you would have thought people would have thought for years on end until the prequels that it was his home planet or just where he's from. That's not true. He's in hiding or isolation or.
How does he know? Because in the plane, he has a little readout that tells him what R2's saying. But then when he's out of the plane, he can understand him perfectly.
crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stop pointing out these things.
It's a watch party and commentary.
And ruin the film for Paul.
And ruin the film for Paul, yeah. Now, apparently the sound of Vader's helmet going on is a hand on a vacuum cleaner going pulled off.
I do like in Star Wars they add little sound effects in for when the characters put helmets on and stuff, because I can imagine without it, it looks so silly.
Yeah. Looks like Darth Vader's toilet.
I love his little like meditation dome. It's class.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be having the helmet and the face thing on to breathe, but then in this thing he can live for a little bit, I guess, and then he goes, locks the lid. Okay. Here we go. It's true to say that the 1997 special editions were remarkable for a few reasons on how good they looked and the picture and also the sound, but tampering with the scenes just killed it for me. Oh dear.
I think I said to you earlier when we were speaking about it, I think this is the least tampered with one.
It's the least tampered one. It's just background stuff mostly.
And I think the things they do for this one enhance the film, sort of bring it a bit more modern, whereas there's things in the other ones with the Jabba's palace singing things and all that rubbish. Like, but I like the stuff they did with this one. But yeah, I still remember going to watch this in 1997. I remember going to watch all three of them. Especially
I watched all three of them. I had the mugs and cups and stuff.
Yeah, and the Tazos.
I got I think I sold my Tazo book. Bastard. I had all the Tazos from Walker's Packs. I used to open the Walker's Pack multi-packs in the Yeah.
Yes, I remember I had like a little book that you put them all in as well.
Yeah. Shit, why did I sell that? Idiot.
Yeah, I remember in 97 merchandise, it was everywhere. Star Wars was like back.
Yeah. Yeah. Cashing in.
Toys R Us, just figures everywhere.
Yeah. I had very few of the figures, but I had a friend that had the whole lot.
I had a few. I used to know a lad who lived down the street from me when I was a kid who had a lot of them, all the vehicles and whatnot. I just had a couple of the figures.
Yeah, because I had the Vader. I think I had a Vader, just a Vader that had the lightsaber with the pull on the arm and it popped out.
Right? Yeah.
So apparently Carrie Fisher has to stand on a box throughout most of this film because she's 5'1" and Harrison Ford's 6 foot. And then it feels like I'm being watched. Where are you at? I mean, you know.
Good food, yes. I love the face he puts. He goes.
It's awesome, isn't it? It makes it look so real.
Yeah. It's crazy that they went puppet for episode 1 and then redid it for the Blu-rays. Made them CGI.
Great. Although, because it's Frank Oz, the voice is just shy of Miss Piggy. Did Frank Oz do the voice of Megatron as well from the original Transformers cartoon? No, he didn't. That's wrong. It was Frank Welker. I was mixing them up. The Franks.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke is here. Hang on. If I click too many times, there you go. It goes off. Right. If I click once, the film started the Star Wars franchise. The film is just fantastic. Can't go wrong with that. The great thing about this was the introduction of Aegis ship. Far more impressive. Yeah, one giant ship is probably more impressive than 1,000 Star Destroyers.
God.
Hey, Gregor. That's why most actors are small. But she's got a very long fingernail in some of the behind-the-scenes photos. Mud hole. Slimy.
My hole this is.
He's smashing R2. Mine.
I love how he doesn't need the cane. Like, he doesn't need it.
No. I don't know if it's just to throw people off or what.
Here's the face.
Yoda. You seek Yoda.
So, do you remember watching this for the first time? Like, were you like, you didn't think it was Yoda? He was Yoda.
Fuck. 40-something years ago.
Well, that's crazy to think, isn't it? Like, if for people who watched this back in 1980, they were like, "That's like a twist in the film, isn't it?" It
is, yeah,
everyone now knows, obviously, but
yeah, I can't remember. Bloody hell. Actually, what was it?
I think when I first watched Empire Strikes Back, I think I already knew it was Yoda. I think when I first watched Star Wars, I already knew Vader was Luke's dad, just because it was so ingrained in pop culture. Even when I was a kid, first watching them for the first time, so I already knew that.
So yeah, I would have been 9 or 10 on watching this on VHS, I guess.
Well, what year did them blue ones come out with the red fonts? 94, 95 they come out?
Yeah, it was around then.
Yeah, because I think I must have been about 7 or 8 when I first watched Star Wars.
95.
Yeah, I thought it was 95, yeah. Because I remember getting them around the time Jurassic Park VHS come out as well, if I can remember.
Ah, yes.
Could be wrong.
Well, that would be 94. Coming on strong there, Han. Be careful.
The snowflakes will come at you.
The child of Miss Piggy and Kermit. That's a good point.
I think she said plenty of times, Carrie Fisher, behind the scenes stuff like that. She was actually really attracted to him and that.
Scoundrel.
How old is she in this film?
Is she?
I think she's supposed to be like 19 or 18 in the film, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't. No.
She looks a lot younger than Harrison Ford in this film.
Can't have different ages these days. Got to be within it 3 days of each other.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's problematic. So yes, how have you
been enjoying Jedi Survivor, Paul? Also, great to see you back on YouTube. I appreciate that, man. I'm not that far into it. I'm onto the third planet, the Shattered Moon, I think it's called. I'm enjoying it. It's been released with quite a few bugs though, and they've patched it up a bit, but it's sort of diminishing my enjoyment of it because I wanted it to be perfect because the original game, the first one, was one of my favorite games, and I've been highly anticipating this new one. And when I first booted it up and I started playing it, and it runs smooth in parts, but there's other parts, and it's maybe because I've just been playing games so long that I just notice little things like glitches and bugs, and it pulls me out of the game a bit. So I'm enjoying it. I just wish they would have maybe ironed it out a bit more before they released it. That's my only problem with it at the moment.
Did they rush it out, or did they just not?
I don't think. No, because I feel like they've had this release date for set for a while, but it's just how they release games now. They just sort of patch it up after the fact. They release it in a good enough version.
Well, yes.
And then patch it up after the fact. But they shouldn't, when you're spending £60 on a game, you want it to be run as perfect as it can be.
And then as soon as you put it in, you have to download 20 gig of stuff.
150 gig this one was.
How much?
150 gig the full game was.
After putting the disc in.
Yeah, I had to download 150 gig of data or something like that. It took hours on end. So I got it in the morning. I didn't play it till tea time.
I know, it's bad. Oh, here we go. We've gone past it. There's the Emperor looking Emperorish. I can never understand why he in what was it? Revenge of the Sith, he goes weird. He changes his look. Julian Glover, that's who I was trying to think of. The Force is strong with him, the son of Skywalker.
So, I could, people watching it for the first time, like not even piecing it together or anything. It's class. It has got to be one of the best movie twists ever. Still to this day.
Yeah.
No one in the right mind would have thought that back in the 80s. No one would have thought
The
that.
first time Vader killed your father, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then they have to backtrack quickly.
How have you left R2 out in the rain, man? That's
I know,
like...
poor bastard. I know it's been very difficult to get into that hole.
Look at R2's little face peeping through the window. I've never noticed that.
It's just a flashing light and a lens, but it's so much emotion coming from
it. I've never noticed that. That's amazing. Quite good, these 4K. You notice things on them.
So, yeah, that's when I got it close up. Now I can see stuff because it's so detailed now. Mark Hamill, I think, had to bang his head 16 times.
Yeah. I can imagine he did it by accident a lot as well.
I can imagine, yes.
Quite cozy little gaff, though, he's got.
Oh, yeah, nice little fire. Got some soup.
Yeah, man. What more do you need?
Is that where Paul's retiring?
Yeah. That's what we pension's saving up for.
Michael the politician. I still rate Star Trek 5 higher than First Contact. Reason it's deliberately dark, multi-layer story. Just forget the dodgy effects. Yeah, they did run out of money at the end before they could finish there. But yeah, I watched all the original Star Trek films for not the first time, but properly as an adult last year, and they were hard to get through some of them, man. You stick to your Jedis.
You space wizards.
I am ready. Ben, I can be a Jedi. Oh, there he goes. Bangs in. Not ready. For 800 years. My own council. But where are all those younglings now, Yoda?
I wonder if he knows, like, what I wonder, once he...
Oh, yeah.
in the lore, once he left Coruscant, I wonder if he ever found out, like, what happened to everything, or how's he getting news or like information? I wonder if he...
Is it Obi-Wan?
I mean, I'm going to presume he might speak to, like, Obi-Wan or something through the Force. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since the latest release of Return of the Jedi. Does it have Qui-Gon Jinn in it?
No.
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 I imagine that, did I? So, yeah, just young.
He turned up in the last episode of Obi-Wan, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. I'm getting it confused. Yeah, they put Hayden Christensen in the end of Jedi, haven't they, for some reason?
Yeah, it's so jarring.
It is.
So
It doesn't make
jarring.
sense that his young self appears when Obi-Wan...
Yeah, because Luke would be like, fuck that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't like that. That was a change I don't like. TIE bombers.
Yeah, here we go. The TIE bombers.
Minox. What are these things called? Minox, is it?
That's it, Minox, yes. It tunes through the cables. The Dungeons and Dragons film is bloody awful.
I quite enjoyed it, to be fair. I watched it the other day.
I haven't seen it yet. But...
I went in with the lowest expectations. I got a bit of a kick out of it.
I haven't seen the original 2000 version.
Now revive.
Who was it? Jeremy Irons somehow.
Yeah, he is, isn't it? Yeah.
Something. And yeah, got another reveal here. They're inside a monster.
Like a big space tremor.
Basically, isn't it? Apparently, it's supposed to be a joke, but George Lucas got upset when he saw a screening of it and no one was laughing when they fly out of this giant worm.
Yeah. Why aren't people laughing?
The mat work on this film is stunning. Every time I watch Empire, I drool at the incredible cloud city shots. Harrison Ellenshaw and his team.
I've got like a coffee table art book of the making of Empire Strikes Back, and it's got all like the matte paintings before they put the things on top of it, like just double spreads and stuff. They're gorgeous artwork, man. That is a lost technique in film.
It's a talent, isn't it? That's with Cameron style, isn't it? Didn't he do Escape from New York? Damn bug. Get off. Harrison.
C3PO.
He's a robot. He can't get. Oh, he can get very damaged.
I loved in Force Awakens when Han uses Chewie's crossbow for the first time.
Yeah.
I like this weapon.
Yeah, that's a good touch. So Harrison Ellenshaw still around and contactable.
Tasty's going to be in his inbox.
Yes.
Where'd you get the matte paintings?
Well, I found out that the guy that was it John Alvin did these posters for the
I love them.
Some of them unfortunately passed away 15 years ago, but his wife, who was helping him and wrote a book about his artwork and stuff. He's done hundreds of films like Blazing Saddles, E.T. Raiders and stuff. So
wow, yeah.
She said she'd come on to talk about it.
Oh, yeah? That'd be cool.
Oh, there it is. That's no cave. Can't stick around. Just want to say, may the 4th be with you. Live long and prosper, Rob. Hang on, I got my Starfleet badge. There we go. The bomb test thing went off. Oh, the bomb test. Oh, the alarm, the text alarm when he was watching for D&D. That's going to take you out of it.
I was in the middle of reading a book when it went off, and my phone scared the crap out of me.
I didn't even get it because I'm on 3, so
terrified me.
Now it's my turn to be like, yes, there you go. Franz, we're an hour in. Geez. These watch parties are mandatory for all subscribers now, so
be there, be square.
Yeah. Well, if you're not going to watch.
I remember as a kid, I had a Yoda backpack that made it look like you have Yoda on the back.
I had one in the 90s, but I don't know why I got rid of it. I never used it because I didn't want to get dirty, but
I know. I'd still use. If I'd kept that, I'd still use that now. Just I like ironically look cool.
Yeah, ironically. Yeah, poor Ellenshaw did Superman 4, unfortunately. Yes. Nothing more I will teach you today. Oh, good. Free swim. Just has to put his puppet in its position.
I love one of my favorite lines in all of Star Wars is when he goes, I don't believe it, and he goes, that is why you failed. That's like something you should get like tattooed on you or something, or them like crappy stickers you get for people have on the walls from like B&M or something.
Yeah,
like live, laugh, love, and all that. I'd have that, mate. Like, I don't believe it. That is why you failed.
Yeah, I know. This cave scene comes out of nowhere. And you think, oh shit, is Yoda working with Vader?
Yeah, that's what you would have been. Yeah, that's
how I remember it. I thought, oh shit, he set him up.
Yeah, the little green bastard.
But yeah, he's got a different coloured lightsaber. Apparently, he doesn't have the theme when he comes in, and his breathing sounds different. Oh, Franz.
It's quite like they've explained this sort of stuff more. Past this, like it's him going into the Force, and he's seeing the worst thing that he could imagine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can imagine watching this for the first time, you'd be a little bit confused of what's going on, but Now when I watch it, that's how I envision it. Like he's, like a bit in. I don't want to keep saying Last Jedi because I don't want to rile people up. But the bit when Rey goes into that sort of like mirror world, it's sort of similar thing to that, isn't it?
Because it's underground, but it's still open for some reason. So poor Franz has tried to cancel his Cineworld Unlimited. I just stopped paying. They soon left me alone. I remember having the Star Wars sticker album way back in the day. Oh yes, I think I had the 97 whatever when it came to the.
I remember having a sticker book of it. The only thing I remember like collectible like that was Tazos. I remember like distinctly remember having loads of them.
Oh, he did the Matt Shots from Black Hole, on it. Yeah, just put it in a PC now, wouldn't they? I ended up ordering a pizza to take the edge off. Oh, nice. Here we go. Boom, boom.
It's sort of, this scene as well is sort of the film telling you that they're related, isn't it? But again, you wouldn't blink an eyelid at it. You're just a bit confused.
Hey,
like, don't get it.
Cut his head off. Film's over.
Act 1.
And then it explodes. And then, what's this? That's creepy, that is, when it's Luke's head. But did you ever watch the Muppet Show episode that Luke Hamill and the droids are in?
I've seen clips of it on like YouTube and whatnot. I'm not watched in its entirety.
It's pretty good because they had full access because Frank Oz is from the Muppets and he did this. So they, as a favor, they came on to do the show, and it's Mark Hamill's as Mark Hamill, and then he comes back as Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill's cousin, and then there's all the droids and there's all these jokes and stuff. This is I love
all these bounty hunters.
Can you name them?
Bosk, IG-88, Boba Fett are the only 3 I know.
That's enough. So yeah, was it one of the droids is getting tortured later? No, and there's the one from Mandalorian as well.
It's a different one.
It's a different model, yeah. It's
the same model, yeah.
A different one.
Do you ever remember Huz 3D?
Who?
Huz 3D. It was like jigsaw puzzles, but they were 3D, and you could make models. I remember I had the Millennium Falcon as a kid.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, it took. I remember my dad telling me it took so long to do.
Hang on, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to drop something.
Yeah.
As it were. Wasn't a euphemism.
I love all the buttons he has to press just to get the ship going.
There's a big fox in the garden.
Here's the part of the stream where people are watching me live and I'm just sat watching The Empire Strikes Back.
Right. Oh, how did they not know where he's gone?
I love how the insignias on the Empire, they look like a pack of Rennies.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's definitely a pack of medication, isn't it? Right, where did I get to?
Hamill's doing another handstand.
That doesn't narrow it down. Jamie had that too. And the Star Wars board game. Ooh. Save the Death Star.
Save the Death Star.
Awesome. Oh, I don't have all the pieces and the box is falling apart. It's still worth holding on to, definitely. I think I got the DVD game upstairs of this. Or one of the Star Wars games. I remember the stupid bloody Wampa advert. Yeah, because they had, what was it, the play sets they had for this? They had the cryogenic, they had the Hoth monsters cave,
Yeah.
isn't it? The cryogenic set, or whatever it's called.
The tank.
Uh,
Oh no, you also want the carbonite.
Carbonite, that's it, yes.
Carbonite set.
Did you know that Michael Myers is based on a real person? Yes, I did. Yeah. the kid had the darkest eyes. The devil's eyes. So, battle the Death Star, not save. There we go.
Save the Death Star.
No, it could be a different type of game, yeah.
Well, yeah, you could be playing as a stormtrooper.
Anyone seen Guardians 3 yet? I booked the ticket for tomorrow night, but now I can't go. Oh, and the bastards at Cineworld won't let me cast, so it's a super screen show. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to go watch it till next week because my girlfriend wants to watch it with me. There's not many films she'll watch with me, but she likes the Marvel films, so we've got to wait till we're both off next week.
Although I'm not doing anything tomorrow night, so we'll see what I feel like. The new trilogy ruined Finn. He's now plugging ITVX. Oh, which says a lot about his career. Oh shit!
I mean, I've seen him for months on end at the start of View Cinema. Every time a film had started View Cinema, it was John Boyega talking about turn your phone off and all that.
Oh dear!
And I've seen it so many times, and every time it come up when I went to watch a film at cinema, I'm like, for God's sake!
Yeah, he was wasted.
I don't think he was. I think he did what needed to be done in the film. I think
because it looked like he was going to be it's the ex-Stormtrooper story that becomes good, but
well, that's what he did. Everyone's seen their arse because they thought he was going to become a Jedi. That's why they're pissed off.
But then, yeah, what did he have to say to Rey in all the Rise of Skywalker? Then he went off with that other bird instead.
Rose.
Not Rose.
Rose Tinker.
That's a dirty word. Yes, apparently I did see his name, Alan Shaw's name on Tron. I am not confident about Guardians 3. I've heard it's good. If you like the first,
I've heard from people that I trust that it's one of the best Marvel films in a while.
But yeah, it's if you like the first, you'll like that one.
I like both of them, to be fair.
Yeah. A quest for piss. Yeah, how the hell did he get on there? Is this the best Star Wars film, or is it Revenge of the Sith? Mine is Revenge of the Sith.
I know a lot of people who have Revenge of the Sith as their favorite Star Wars films, and I understand it. Star Wars is so generational. I think it depends on where you come into.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Into the fandom, if you like. I know plenty of people who've got Revenge of the Sith as their favorite one, and I don't knock it whatsoever because it's easily the best of the prequels, and it's the one that sort of sets up these. I think they did it well enough. I think it's a competent film, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Concentrate, Yoda. That was spot on impression, actually.
It's like me trying to find the light switch when I go for a wee at night. Like,
yes, Boba Fett is less than more. Fuck that TV show. He was wasted.
I like the Book of Boba Fett. To be fair, the only thing that Disney put out Star Wars wise that I didn't really like was Rise of Skywalker, which I've come around to it. Like I can watch it and enjoy it, but it's my worst of the three prequels. And I didn't like the animated show Resistance they did because it was very toned. It's essentially a young kids show. Yeah. So I didn't really vibe with it, but I'm actually quite a what's the word? A fan of what Disney have done with Star Wars. I'll be honest. I think the comics they've done are great. I think the games they've done a great majority of them. I think the novels they've put out have been great at filling in the gaps between the films and that. I think that for me they've done a good, as a Star Wars fan, I think they've done a good job. But what they need to stop doing is pumping out the same, like they're doing with Marvel. They need to reel it back in, which I think they've heard fans say that, and they have took that on board, so the shows aren't coming out as frequent, and they're looking at getting back, some movies back on the big screen. Which, I've seen Star Wars fans say that they think Star Wars should remain on TV now, but nah, Star Wars is made for the big screen for me.
Yeah. Don't fail me again, Admiral. It's a warning.
I like the one in Return of the Jedi. He goes, we should have a lot of efforts.
Have you seen Ewoks and Droids cartoons in the 80s?
Yeah, I've not watched them since I was a kid, and I've not seen the movies either since I was a kid. I don't really remember them, to be fair.
Yes. Oh, that's what I remember. When Vader makes an appearance at Cloud City later for dinner, he sees C-3PO, but he doesn't recognize him as the droid he made.
Yeah.
There's lots of silver-colored droids, so why couldn't we other gold-colored?
There's so many continuity errors between the prequels and the original trilogy that, and they've tried to explain it away, and it's nonsense. They've made a mistake. They just need to put their hands up and say.
And has R2 run out of jet fuel on his rockets?
Yeah.
Is it one shot and done? Sith is only my fourth favorite. Ooh, I guess the first three originals are yours.
I think I've got it like 6th or 7th. I think.
I can't remember. This is the last one to be unfucked with.
The unfucked with edition.
If you want the fucked edition, it's this one in widescreen.
Yeah, the thing is, though, right? People, he didn't have to do the changes in the film, but the restoration they've done for him to keep him looking fresh.
It does.
That's the work that no one really acknowledges that part of it. It's just the stuff they've added in. Like, they've kept these films looking. Like, I'm watching it now. Like, this film's 40 years old, and it looks like it could have been filmed yesterday in some parts.
Oh, no, hang on. Here we go. So, hang on. Am I behind or ahead? I think I'm ahead, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. So, what's the name of Baba's ship here? I can't remember.
Well, they've changed it, haven't they? It was called Slave One. It's still Slave One to me.
Oh, he said it.
I don't care.
Twitter timeout for you.
I'm trying to think what they have renamed it. I can't remember what they've called it.
Name, is it like Boba Fett 1 or something?
Yeah, the Boba-mobile or something.
He did Franz Ellershaw, Poppins, and The Watch in the Woods. Ooh. Oh, I prefer Sith.
Over Empire? Really?
Says the Last Jedi man.
I do like Revenge. Like, when I rewatch them all, I always get excited to get to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
it's got some excellent stuff in it.
Right, I'm destroying the place.
But there are still some cringy as hell dialogue scenes in that film.
Yeah, I didn't realize. He must have been very young when Mary Poppins. The Empire's uniform is almost as cool as a certain army from the 1940s. Subtle. It's subtle, but it's there. That's why they had Bronson in, because he played Hitler in Last Crusade.
Oh,
yeah. Hello, William. Who's those lovely ladies in your picture? I do like the original Star Wars trilogy. I used to have the special edition VHS when I was young. Yeah, I have got them on Blu-ray, DVD, and my favorite is Empire Strikes Back. It is impressive. See, well done.
I always find with people as well that I talk to who grew up with it that it became their favorite over time, because it feels like it feels the more adult of the three. So as you are an adult, as you get older, you sort of appreciate it more as it's a more mature film compared to the other. I love all three, but
yeah. So apparently Yoda's mimicked on the guy that created him, and then he's got Einstein's eyes to make him look clever, I guess. What's better, Freddy's Dead, Freddy, or Jason, A Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010?
Last Jedi.
I knew that was coming. It's your answer for everything.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
Freddy's Dead's an awful film. Jesus Christ.
Awfully good, I think you're saying. Freddy versus Jason. That scene of the Raven is awesome.
Ridley Scott, yeah, he's looking at like a phone. He's like a picture of a dog or something on his phone. He goes,
"Oh, poor Ridley." No, let's say it isn't so. I haven't been to a view in years because there's Cineworld near us.
That's why he's making Gladiator 2. He's like, I'm not being remembered for the guy in the view. Turn your phone off. That's it. Obviously, it's different than the VHS. Like they added so much characters to Cloud City in the special edition again, which I think it's a better addition. I think it adds character to the city.
Yeah, there's a lot more background, a lot more spaceships flying around, and then a few extra scenes of the Millennium Falcon touring the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, people, I don't think Guardians. Well, I think Guardians 3 is going to be affected, isn't it? Its performance. It's not going to be. Probably won't make $1 billion. Unless.
Yeah, I think Marvel really needs to. The last couple of films is not going to help it. Maybe just because people know who the Guardians are, and the first two films might help it. I think word of mouth will help it because the last couple of films, people come out saying they were terrible. A lot of people come out saying, "Go check this one out." I think it'll make money. It won't bomb.
Yeah, I think people,
even the worst Marvel films, it'll never bomb.
No, well, the Marvels might.
Yeah, possibly.
But people might be put off Guardians 3 because the trailer's very dark and down, and it looks like half the cast will be dead by the end.
Gotta snuff it. Yeah.
Then we
Lando.
Billy D. Williams.
Love Lando, man.
He was up for the Han Solo role originally, but then he didn't get it, so they brought him back for this one. He seems very friendly. It'll probably break even. Yeah, at least it'll make money. Star Wars used to be an event, not anymore. Yeah.
I agree with that. It's and I missed that. I missed that feeling because I had it with the sequel trilogy. Even say what you want about them. Every time a new one come out, Force Awakens is probably the most excited I've ever been for a film in my life, and I mean that. I'm not making that up. I was so excited for that film.
Watching the trailer,
and then I watched the trailer. I went to watch Force Awakens like 10 times in the cinema. That is because I had an unlimited card though, and I got to a point where I was just doing it as a joke. I was like, I'm gonna go watch it again just because I can. But I agree. I miss the excitement for a new Star Wars stuff. Like I don't get it as much as I did a few years back.
Yeah.
Not that I watch it. Like I look forward to it, but I don't get that same excitement. Like, oh my god, there's some new Star Wars coming out.
Nice. Or Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Oh, the original Nightmare on Elm Street beat all those other ones.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest horror films I've made.
This sounds contrarian, but the only Star Wars item I enjoyed is Solo. Rogue One wasn't terrible, but you could tell it was drastically compromised by the mouse. I'd like to see an original cut of Rogue One.
Same. I love Rogue One. Rogue One's my favorite thing that Disney have put out of Star Wars. For me personally, just because it connects to the original trilogy. So anything that makes me feel like I'm sort of in the same universe as the original trilogy, I'm all for. The animated show Rebels did that for me. It was, it was set just before A New Hope, and it was tying in stuff to the original trilogy. Rogue One did that for me brilliantly. They did change it up. There's, apparently the entire third act was changed.
Yes,
you can see things in the trailer that's not in the film. Yeah. Solo I enjoyed as well, and I thought Childish Gambino, what's his real name? I forget. Yeah. The guy who played Lando was pitch perfect casting.
He was awesome, wasn't he?
Yeah,
the whole film of him. But you just missed it. The bit where C-3PO gets blown to bits, and then Chewbacca comes down the stairs, or comes around the corner and then down some stairs to look. If you watch the first stair, he hits hard and it breaks. Okay. It's just at the bottom of the shot, so it's very hard to see.
Isn't the actor who plays Boba Fett like an extra in?
He is, yeah.
a
He'll be.
scene,
Someone was ill that day, and they needed someone to fill in, so
you know?
he gets his face on show.
You know, people say as well, like about Rey in the sequel trilogy, that how she learned how to be a Jedi and how she facing Kylo when she's only been training for a couple of hours. Go back and watch Empire Strikes Back.
He's been there months. There's no timeline, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, because Han and Leia are doing a couple of days at the most. But yeah, he's
he's been training for a few days. He thinks he's a Jedi now, and he goes one-on-one with Vader and survives.
He loses though.
Yeah, he loses his hand.
Oh, she's got the game out. It's called Escape the Death Star.
I'm going to Google it after this. I want to see what it looks like.
See how good it is. Or is it just round the board job? Still probably awesome. Oh, I was thinking of the other day buying those high-def bootlegs. Yes, because AJ's got one of those.
The unspecialized editions, are they called?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I put that scene back in with Jabba in the first film.
There is another.
Oh, this is cool when the light's changing all over. No. Because Obi-Wan was the one that bought Han, knew about Han and Leia. Because he steals the baby.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, hello, Ryan. I don't know why your pink hand waving never appears as an emoji. I just got text. How are you? Rogue One really didn't need to be told.
I agree. I agree with that, but you also didn't need to watch it. No, and I don't. I'm not like that. No. I mean, like you can take it or leave it if you want. Yeah. The same with the novels. You know, there's novels that fill in gaps between all the other films. You don't need to read them to understand them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't need to go watch Rogue One, but it's there if you want a bit of, filling in the gaps.
A lot of people died rescuing this data. So you can make it up your mind. All right, here we go. So I can't remember what are these guys called?
Little pig men.
That's it. Because one of them's was it in Mandalorian? It was voiced by what's his face? Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte, yeah.
When they're throwing the head around, one of them has to adjust his mask because it's falling off.
I'm going to try and not remember any of these.
I know you will.
You know, that thing about Rogue One, the prequel trilogy, no other Star Wars story needed to be told. You can essentially have the original trilogy and it'd be done. Do you know what I mean? It depends on how much you want more of the story at the end of the day, I suppose.
Okay. What are the odds on Disney remaking the original trilogy?
No, that will not work. Like, that'll get so much fan backlash, they won't even know what it will.
That is true. I don't think they're brave enough for that.
No way.
What's the best Friday the 13th? Mine is Jason Lives. Yeah, I think mine is 4 or 6, depending on my mood.
That's mine. Is that the 6th one? Yeah, that's my favorite as well.
It wouldn't be a live stream if Mike wasn't calling out someone as woke. But Marvel went that way. That's why I got the Marvels coming out soon. Was it 2 people from 2 TV shows?
Do you remember when Aliens went woke with Sigourney Weaver, and Terminator went woke with Sarah Connor, and Tomb Raider went woke with Lara Croft? And you see where I'm going with that?
The remake.
This scene as well. By the way, I watched a quick. They've just released like a behind the scenes of how they filmed this on YouTube, and I've seen it, and it's all like shot in reverse and stuff, and it was dead weird.
Yeah, you can just about see it the weirdness when he catches it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
because he kept on dropping it, like he can't catch it, and like the behind the scenes of it.
Hang on, now the special edition changes. The only one that made me angry was the no added to Return
It's
of the Jedi.
horrible, isn't it? They toned it down for the Blu-ray version. They added. They took about 4 O's off the no for the Blu-ray or the 4K. I can't remember. They toned that down. It's still jarring as hell and ridiculous, but it's not as bad as it was on the DVD.
That's probably why I did that. What's your favorite movie? Mine is Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Well, that's a good one. It's hard to beat that one.
Yeah, it's up there. Like, I haven't got a favorite film. I've seen that many.
I can't pick one.
I couldn't pick one. Yeah.
I personally understand the hate Solo gets. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good heist movie, wasn't it? Solo.
I don't think it did. I don't think it got hate. It just didn't make enough money because of the backlash of Last Jedi. I don't remember it getting a lot of hate. It just didn't do well, and it scared Disney.
Yeah.
Hence why we never saw any more Star Wars story films.
Yes. Nervous about Amazon owning half of James Bond. I don't want them ruining the franchise running the franchise on the ground to the point it doesn't feel like an event anymore. Well, yeah, still say we're like 3 or 4 years off another Bond film, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But yeah, as soon as like somewhere gets hold of franchises, you know, just the way the world works now, people want them like that, and we'll see what they do.
Yeah, they got to get their investment back.
Yeah. Oh, what is this machine, man? This looks.
It's lots of hot, spiky things.
Yeah, like that looks like it hurt.
But yeah, they torture. I don't. Why are they torturing him? Because
they're trying to find out where Skywalker is, aren't they?
No, they said. But when he takes him back to the cell, he says they didn't even ask me any questions. Oh, I just remembered. There's a. Now I can see it. Boba Fett's got hair on his shoulders, and one of them's a Wookiee pelt.
Oh, okay.
Or Wookiee scalp or something to show how badass he is. But
I loved how everyone was calling in the TV series Boba Fett.
Well, because what was the timeline? Because that's supposed to be how far long after Jedi was that supposed to be?
Like 5 years, I think.
Yeah. So how long was he in the Sarlacc pit? I know he's supposed to be in there for thousands of years.
No, he wasn't in that long.
No, but it's supposed to be you're rotting there for 1,000 years, finding out what.
Yeah, digest over like 1,000 years or something. Oh!
It's the only one that Disney films that reminded me of why I like Star Wars in the first place. It was the scrappy doggedness back. Oh yeah, there we go. Is there your mum joke?
I love that the train scene in a Solo, like the heist when they're trying to.
Yeah, that's a nice heist.
Yeah, it's a cool bit.
Is there a your mum in Last Jedi? I can't remember now. Someone say your mum.
There is, but it's not like I'm waiting for your mum or anything. But no, it's relevant to the time the film come out. Like I get it. Like there's jokes in all of Star Wars, but that's a sort of joke that was relevant for now.
Oh, Adrian Edmondson's, of course, he's in. That all took me out when I saw.
Yeah, he's in The Last Jedi. Yeah.
Luckily, he wasn't wearing glasses. What's your favorite and least favorite James Bond movie? My favorite's Goldfinger, least favorite on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Oh, don't let Jeff at 101 Bronson hear that. That's his favorite. I think.
My favorite's GoldenEye. My least favorite is any Roger Moore one.
Oh dear. Strap in. We have, hi Neil, we have had the incest, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because, yeah, they don't find out until the next film, do they?
Nope.
But is it incest if you don't know?
Let's not go down there.
I'll do some research tonight.
That's a video on its own.
I'll just see what websites have incest videos on. Right. What's your favorite Alien movie? Mine is Aliens. Again, that depends on my mood, I guess. If I want the horror one, or if I want the actual one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it depends what region.
This facility
This carbonite chamber set is fantastic.
yeah,
Honestly, man, it's so good.
Amazing. Monitor Skywalker and allow him to land. I love them all to varying degrees, I think. I don't mind Quantum of Solace. It's just an action film to me.
Yeah, I've never understood the problem with Quantum of Solace.
Forced political messaging into science fiction is woke, and Disney have done it constantly. It's not about females in starring roles. The force is female, I think Kathleen Kennedy said. So.
And Disney have done it constantly. It's not about females and starring roles. Forced political messaging into science fiction is woke, and Disney have done it constantly. It's not about females in starring roles. Yeah, give me some examples. I'm quite intrigued what that means.
Actor John Hollis was in Blake 70. Hollis played Landon's aide, but it bugged me off what episode Blake 70 was in. You see the guy with the head
on the 4K version of Empire Strikes Back, they've added in the voice of
yes. Tamara, whatever it is, Tamara.
Yeah,
Morrison
from the prequels and that. Yeah,
but look, he's going ape poopy. A lot of people standing around the background. Oh, Mike, it's just a preview of our live stream coming up. Did Dunkirk win any Oscars? It's been so long since I watched any award show. I've never seen an episode of Blake 7. I never liked Blake 7, so I never watched it. Is it on BBC? It's a early 80s sci-fi TV show from BBC, so it must be on iPlayer somewhere. But it's like your mama jokes are decades old. Well, it is a galaxy a long, long time ago, isn't it? See, God bless Roger Moore. Gone but not forgotten.
I just don't gel with them films. I think they're too corny for me.
Star Wars is pop culture. It shouldn't ape pop culture. Oh, so yeah, the testing. I can't remember what carbonite freezing was for in this. Just to store
things like bounty hunters use them to store criminals and that to transport them, don't they?
Because I wasn't sure if it was actually had a factory device or something, and then right. Totally forgot that Marjorie Lee Eaton was the Emperor in physical form. She was in Night Tide with a young Dennis Hopper. Yeah, it's weird that the Emperor was a female with monkey eyes in this. That isn't slating her. I like Diamonds Opera. I don't mind Diamonds Opera. I know Sean Connery's supposed to be very bored in it, but he's still good. Danny, evening all. Hello.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, Blake 7 might be on YouTube, but knowing the BBC, it might not. No, BBC do not like anything of theirs on YouTube. I've been done a few times. Good evening, Midnight Woodsman. How are you?
How's it going, man?
Yours, Bounty Hunter. Reset the chamber for Skywalker.
We've just missed the I know line. Gutted.
I know. That they went through a few versions of what he'd say.
Yeah.
Row Waffles. How are you? Nice to see you again.
My favorite line in all of Star Wars in anything that they've ever done is "You are not a Jedi yet." That whole line delivery in this film is awesome. How he says it. James Earl Jones' line delivery for that line gives me goosebumps every time I watch it.
He's assigned away his voice for Star Wars future, hasn't he? So
yeah,
I don't know what they're going to use it for. As Vader's dead.
They'll bring him back again.
No, Boba Fett. senses Luke here, but leaves him be. Pew, pew, pew. Blake 6 was also known as the Fog. It's very clever. I do like the Fog and Blake. I like the Man with the Golden Gun more than Live and Let Die, Moonraker, Octopussy, and View to a Kill. Yeah, Christopher Lee's good in there. Yeah, even Connery sleepwalking was cool as fuck. Yep, driving a muscle car. R2, stop pushing him. It's a trap. Oh, here we go. It's freaky when that guy opened his eyes.
That's Boba Fett, isn't it? The one holding Leia.
Oh yeah. He's the soldier at the front with the blonde.
Yeah,
hair. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, he grabs Leia there. Yeah, I'm just a bit behind. Was it Jeremy Bullock?
That's his name. Yeah, I was thinking of it then. I was like, "What's his bloody name?"
He's usually at the conventions. Oh, Luke doesn't know what to do.
Gruesome balls, honey. Luke Skywalker since A New Hope.
Well, I was just thinking because they got the costume changes for the films that changes how he is. Because in the first one he's wearing all white, and then in this one he's wearing this bit of brown or tan or whatever it is, and then he's all black in the third one.
Yeah.
That's associated with the Siths.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. You are not a Jedi yet. Oh, so good.
Look at this massive set.
Look at it, man. That is Star Wars to me. That is awesome.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know some of these scenes, they didn't have David Prowse in it in the sword fight because they needed someone a bit more physical.
Yeah.
And then there's more focus on close-ups of Luke, or when they're fighting, it's the camera's on Luke because
I love how he's one-handed Vader. He's like his other hands in his pocket, like he's not arsed.
Because the stuntman had to have the helmet off because he couldn't breathe properly and do the stunts. But yeah, he just pushes him straight down.
All too easy. Oh yeah, that's awesome, man.
There's no music, so I can play that bit. All right. Oh.
I love how Chewie's just carrying 3PO on his back.
Didn't have time to put him all together.
Oh, they have the same heart.
Oh, yes. Chewie's strangling, straight strangle. Default mode. Regarding the wokeness of modern Disney, strong female representation is fine, but too often at the expense of the male characters who are portrayed as dim-witted fools. I'm trying to think of...
Every woman I've met is smarter than me, so I don't
know. What do you think of the ending to No Time to Die? Oh, spoilers.
I loved it. I like the Craig era feels like has a start, middle, and end. And even though I know what happens at the end, I know they're going to reboot it. So it didn't if that's your Bond for the rest of your life, then 5 films, then you've got to start, middle, and end.
It does say at the end, James Bond will return.
Yeah.
Just someone else.
I liked it. I cried, and I love No Time to Die. I thought it was a fantastic movie.
My favorite line is, "I know Hans gets my juices flowing." Keep it clean. Oh no, we're past the watershed. You're fine, right? It is an unwelcome opinion. This is only my 7th favorite Star Wars film. That is low.
What's your first? What's your top three? Quite. I like. It doesn't bother like when people say, like. I love looking and listening to other people's opinions on Star Wars and their rankings because everyone's is different, and it all depends on what you want from a film when you come into the franchise, and there's so many factors in it. And I like listening to everyone else's opinion.
Yeah, he's wrong, but
oh yeah. There isn't a better film than this, right?
But we'll listen to you.
I've got one ear open.
No Time to Die worked for Craig's Bond, yeah, because they linked the films. It did work, but I'm hoping they go back to single stories, just get on with the mission jobs next. He will be male, that's guaranteed. The Finn Rose Tico relationship was purely a box ticking enterprise. I can't remember. There's definitely some anti-capitalist messaging in Last Jedi as well.
I feel like you've watched too much YouTube videos, man.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I thought the ending was No Time to Die. The Fog and Alien 3. No, we didn't enjoy them.
Why were at it? Fuck Alien 3.
It's all hate tonight. Blake 7 was really an renegade group escaping the Orwell Authoritarian Federation on a BBC budget. Yes, some neat concepts. The Liberator was pretty decent as a model. Yeah, it was like Red Dwarf, but not funny.
Oh, I love Red Dwarf.
But that's the same level it was at. There's so many sets here. Look at this.
The behind the scenes of this is cool. How they did the film, him going out there, the glass and stuff.
Yeah,
pretty cool how they did it. And then it's just a crash mat, like right below the.
Because there's a bit where.
I love how he's not even like he's using the force. He's not even moving his hand or nothing. Just.
No, yeah, that is true. Because normally
they're all like.
All of this.
You know what's crazy? The Rogue One Vader at cheering Luke Skywalker in like seconds. But people say though he's not trying to kill him, is he? He's trying to.
Yeah, he needs to turn him to be.
Yeah, he's not.
New guy, so that's why he's just bashing him with shit.
Yeah, just bruising him up a bit.
Stuff in here isn't fitted very well together. It's just falling off the walls. He's not undoing the bolts and throwing it. Oh, there he goes. And then got his cape flowing in the wind. And then we get to another matte painting that looks, yeah, like it goes on for miles. That must have been so hard. It's just dot, 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 dot. It's the piss poor shots at the stormtroopers.
They're terrible, aren't
they? Although it would be a very short series of films if they could shoot straight. And then R2 doesn't know the difference between an electrical port and a controller port, apparently. Some piss poor design by making them.
The bloody R2 units.
Oh, here we go. Hang on.
So a guy's just ran past, they're all carrying stuff, and he's holding a sort of a blender or something, I believe.
I just saw that.
The item was. And I'm pretty sure they used that item again in Solo, I think, for something, but I can't remember what it was.
It's amazing what they put in those Easter eggs that only if you know about it, you'll see it.
Yeah.
It's because you never see where was Solo fit after this before this, so you wouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
If you watch it in order. Oh, Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, Return of the Jedi. Oh, there you go. Oh, story closes.
Yeah, Force Awakens for me is one of my favorites now. Rise of Skywalker, I've got quite near the bottom of my ranking just because I've got a lot of I didn't like the way, despite the backlash of The Last Jedi. I didn't like the way Disney didn't just stick with what they had. They sort of took the tails between the legs and listened to the fan backlash and meshed it. And a film that I don't feel was what they were supposed to be or going to make. So The Rise of Skywalker feels like sort of an apology letter to fans, which I don't like. There's cool bits in it and there's some cool set pieces, but that's how I remember walking out the cinema for The Rise of Skywalker. And this is when I smoked and I just stood outside the cinema with a ciggy, just like scratching my head, like, I'm sure I just watched there.
It is this a lot of concentrating on fixing stuff rather than getting on with their own story.
Yeah.
I remember Blake Simmons featured one of those I Love the 70s shows. Jesus Christ. I remember it from the 80s. I know it spilled over to there, but ouch. I remember them talking about Moloch looking like a Moloch? Hang on. Or is that from Blake 7? Oh. Oh, here we go. It's ramping up on the... He's just kicking his ass. And the dominating size woman who's in it. There you go. Alien 3 is underrated. But which cut? I liked it. Oh, there goes his hand. Way ahead. So the bit where... Have we seen it? Stupid remote. Yeah, where he slices... Yeah, there it is. Where he slices those 3 poles just before he slices his hand off. You can... the first scene, you can see silver duct tape around it where they've obviously just shot it.
Yeah.
The next scene is missing and burnt off.
There's a sort of a one-shot comic that Marvel put out explaining where that hand and that lightsaber went and how Maz Kanata ended up with it in The Force Awakens.
Does she need to? Of course it does.
I've not read it myself. I just know it's out there. I've never got around to reading it. But if anyone wants to know what happened to Luke's hand and that lightsaber, or how it got to Maz Kanata's castle in Force Awakens, you can look it up and read it.
He told me enough.
He told me you killed him.
Midnight Wisman loves Alien 3. Here we go. Here we go. If they did remake New Hope, who would you cast?
I'd cast me as a Jawa.
I can see that.
I love how Vader's helmet shakes in the wind.
It's very windy. It's airtight, it's supposed to be, but yeah, it jiggles, doesn't it? Yeah, it like flips up because of the wind on his clothes. See, who's spoiling it now? I can't.
You can go on YouTube and you can watch people who have filmed their kids watching this for the first time when this happens, and they're like, it's quite cool.
That is cool. Hopefully one day I'll do that.
Yeah.
He's got no interest in Star Wars or Marvel or anything DC. He loves Mario, but that's it. So I can't get a reaction to Mario Brothers. He fights his back. Whee! And he gets sucked into an air vent.
Like you thought the ride was over?
Yeah. It's a weird place, isn't it?
Yeah.
He stops in this thing and there happens to be a door under him that ejects him from the whole base.
I would not even like to think of a remake of A New Hope at all. Like,
it's like the casting director of the next Bond has said that she's looking at people, but none of the young people have the gravitas to do a Bond film. So no one under 30.
But I am fine with remakes majority of the time, but there's a handful of films that I don't ever want to see get touched. The original trilogy, Star Wars, stuff like Back to the Future, I don't ever want to see it getting touched. But Star Wars for me is untouchable. I don't think we'll ever see they might sort of do I don't know, like an animated version, maybe, or something, like a sort of spin-off version of it. I don't think we'll ever see a full-blown remake of Star Wars. I generally think George Lucas said, like, probably put in the contract, like, don't ever fucking
I
touch
think he
my
probably would.
films.
Same as the Back to the Future people.
Yeah.
They say there'll be nothing done while they're still around.
While they're alive, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they've got that in stone somewhere.
Need to put them in carbonite.
Paul Darrow as an Avon was a masterstroke. Great voice, great presence. Yeah, I know Blake 7 was well received because it was more serious than Star Wars and Doctor Who and all such. But we liked it. I watched Alien Resurrection the other day. It's still a good film now.
I quite enjoy Alien Resurrection.
Yeah. But yeah, and Aliens versus Predator Requiem more than the first one. I can see that.
No.
Depending on your
Alien Resurrection. They were both shit to be fair.
But the small town setting with predators running around the woods is all right. But the story's pants. They do kill a kid in that one as well. Oh, that's there we go. I have to Google it now after I finish this. Hey, good morning, DMC Campbell from New Zealand. The hero of training for Stormtrooper came to nothing. Sack the trainer. Yeah, if they're all clones.
Nah, they're not clone Stormtroopers.
No. Now, apparently they fixed something, and when Lando comes up, probably just missed it. Oh yeah, they fixed the lighting, I think, because when Lando comes to, it's light coming down on him, and then it's supposed to be dark when he outside, so they had to fix that apparently.
Okay.
Not that I ever noticed. Hang on, man. Kylo Ren, yeah, he could have been a Vader level threat, but
I like Kylo. I like he's not like Vader though, because why would you do that again?
But he is trying to do it again, isn't he? He's trying to bring back.
Well, yeah, he's trying to be Vader. That's his story arc, isn't it? But he can't live up to the hype. They derailed him in Rise of Sky. Again, I liked his arc in Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker is where they derailed a lot of the story for me for that the sequel trilogy.
I'm behind again. Oh, shit. I'm way behind. The 3 films in the sequel trilogy were crap. The Last Jedi had the most potential, which makes it the worst in the way. I can't win. Yeah.
Crap.
But The Rise of Skywalker was complete junk. Oh, dear.
Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker is my least favorite of the 3.
Favorite James Bond villain, Jaws. I like Strax from Moonraker or Christopher Walken in A View to a Kill.
I like Michael. No, fucking GoldenEye villain, Alex Trevelyan.
Oh, yes. A rogue agent.
Yeah, 006.
That cinematography is brilliant. I'll give Lucas credit. The Norwegian sequence was shot. Ken Loach's cinematographer. Oh, Chris Menges. Bloody hell. Gareth, has your son seen the 93 Mario movie? I'm not going to lie. I was 10 when it came out and I loved it. He has. He only seen it once. And he's but that was a couple of years ago. So
I loved it as a kid, to be fair.
I enjoyed it as an adult when it came.
Yeah, it's
20.
It's not bad, though.
It's not bad. I do love Bob Hoskins, so that helps.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. Fuck Jaws Revenge, Alien, my last, and Alien, my last. The first Alien and Jaws Revenge. I won't have a word said against Jaws the Revenge on my channel.
My 2 least favorite films of all time. Alien is one of his least favorite films of all time. Wow.
Yeah. Now there's a scene there where they're putting C-3PO back together, and he's got 2 gold legs. The Super Nintendo trilogy games were amazing.
You just unlocked the memory then. Super Star Wars was the tits.
I did see those earlier. They were.
They're hard though. I remember them being a difficult game.
Apparently they're very difficult. Yeah, so no hope for me.
They're one of them games that you only got like 1 life, and if you mess up,
a lot of jumping.
Again. Yeah,
that's why I haven't played them. Remaking Star Wars is pointless. The universe is so big they can make infinite new movies. Yeah. I think that's they're just going to keep that. They can go any which way they want with it, but we'll see. What's the difference between Disney and George Lucas? Both ruined Star Wars. That's what they have in common. George Lucas was trying his best. I don't know. But George got paid for it. Yeah. How many billion did he sell the Star Wars rights for, or Lucasfilm?
4 or 5 billion.
Because I guess it included Indiana Jones.
And I think if I can remember, you might have to fact check this. I could be. I'm pretty sure that Disney made that money back just by Force Awakens and merchandise from that film. They made that money back.
I can believe that. Oh, there's a silver leg again. I wouldn't put it past Disney. Star Wars could be redone. Universal might one day do Jaws again with a female cast and a queer shark. I'd watch that. See, favorite James Bond actors, Roger Moore, same as mine. Paul doesn't know what he's talking about with his opinions. Hey guys, loved your Bond stream the other night. Trivia: I had the PS1 game in 2000.
The Nightfire, was it called?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because there was 7.
No, PS1. That was PS2. PS1. They did Tomorrow Never Dies on PS1.
I had that. Yeah, I played that. What did I play that? Was it on Xbox, the original Xbox, or was it not before then?
Nightfire was on the original Xbox.
Yeah, where did I play? Oh, N64 had.
GoldenEye was N64, wasn't it?
And World is not enough, isn't it?
Yeah, that would have been on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I played it. It wasn't too bad. The best Bond villain is me, Fran Sanchez, yes. Evil bastard. Lucasfilm has fallen to the abyss. If they ruin Indiana Jones, I will actually never forgive them $4 billion of that word. Sure, the Disney Plus shows are good, but films could just do
$1 billion for mediocre quality. Sure, the Disney Plus shows are good. Films just do better.
Good evening, Paddy.
I mean, like The Mandalorian's not like Mandalorian's a smash hit. So I wouldn't say it was mediocre. Obi-Wan, I liked it. It was all right. That out of everything Disney have done with Star Wars, probably the Obi-Wan is the show that I thought didn't need to be made, because it's just added stuff in that sort of messes up a little slightly A New Hope.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett, I didn't mind at all. I know that I got a lot of flack. I didn't mind it. I quite liked the idea of finding out how he got out the Sarlacc and all that stuff. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, making friends with sand people, or can't call them that anymore.
Star Wars Rebels, the animated show, is probably one of my favorite things that they've done show-wise. I think that's a great show that ties nicely into the original trilogy. I think the Ahsoka show that's coming out looks pretty cool. I think there's a show called The Acolyte coming out, which is set around the time the High Republic novels are at, which is 100 years before Episode 1. I've enjoyed. Yeah, I'm one of the people who's enjoyed Disney's era of Star Wars. There's hits and misses with it, but I think that just comes down to them pumping out so much, and not everything's going to land. It's same with Marvel, same with anything, same with any franchise. You keep pumping out so much stuff that not everything's going to land.
Yeah. Oh, Alien 3 is his least favorite, not Alien. Okay. 4 billion, and it's still being paid. Yeah, I guess. What's George Lucas doing these days? What planets he bought?
I'll say this about Disney owning Star Wars. I'd rather there be more than no more, because I lived at a time where I thought I'm never going to see any more Star Wars ever again. I've got 6 films. They did a couple of video games that was nice, and a couple of books and stuff, but I'm glad there's more stuff coming out. And like I said, even if you don't like it, that's it. Like, you don't have. That's it. It's not part of your Star Wars canon or in your head. Yeah. You can watch it once, go, didn't like that, done with it. Don't have to watch it again, because you don't have to. If you don't want that part of the story to be in your head canon of Star Wars, it doesn't have to be. That's how I sort of look at it. And it's a bit long-winded, but that is how I look at it. Like Obi-Wan, to me, the show, it was all right, but when I think of Star Wars in my head and the story, that part I sort of pull out and don't acknowledge it. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'd pay to see a queer shark. I don't know where you unless it's rainbow coloured. I don't know how you tell, but my earliest Bond game was License to Kill on the Amstrad around 1989. I don't think I played that one. I played Live Living Daylights and License to View to a Kill. Hey, Fever Dreamland Theatre, how are you? Perfect choice for May the 4th with you choose up. Franz did not like Obi-Wan TV show. Is that the dog's
there's elements of it, there's parts of it that I liked, but there were parts of it that
it looked good. He's looking forward to rewatching Rebels to lead into Ashoka. Yeah, I didn't finish Rebels when
Rebels was firing on all cylinders. That was some of the awesome Star Wars stuff. Really was.
Film fuck Disney and burning out. Is that me burning out or is that Disney burning out? Evening. No, I meant the films were medical. The Last Jedi had potential. Last Skywalker, lots of plot holes. Yeah. Force Awakens is great. Yeah. They needed one person in charge of the whole series rather than just saying, you. Hand off to this person.
And at the end of the day, and they can keep making Star Wars till the day we die. In my opinion, they're never, ever, 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 ever going to touch the original trilogy ever.
Yeah, no.
So and that's how I look at it as well. Like, yeah, it's just more sort of story if you want to play in the sandbox, but nothing will ever touch the original trilogy ever.
Yeah,
and I will always have them 3 films.
Yeah, tomorrow Morrison is pissed at Disney apparently, isn't it? Because it turned into Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah, he thought no, and he thought he was going to get called up for Mando season 3, and he was nowhere in sight.
It did, yeah. The first 2 movies are some of my favorite movies of all time. There we go, settled that one. A queer shark, yes, we're talking queer sharks tonight's show, and where to find them. So there we go. That's the film. That's 2 hours and 5 minutes or 7 minutes. Yeah, Alien by Scott is the perfect haunted house sci-fi film. Yeah, I don't get many of those. Hellraiser in space, but yeah, Rise of Skywalker gave me brain damage. I was trying to keep up in that film. It was all over the place. The scene with Obi-Wan with an electric fence in the desert. Was it just a gate that you could walk around?
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell is underrated. I do like that. It's as a body swap.
Don't stop this crap.
It's good.
No, it's not.
Like you say, that was the only Friday the 13th we had in the 90s. So
I wanted to go to hell after watching that.
Brought Freddy into the universe. These credits are shorter on the special edition credits. Are they shorter? Oh, if you experience any conditions that detracted you from the theatrical presentation of the film, please call 1-800-PHONE-THX. So there you go.
Hi, is this THX? Yeah.
This pirate copy sounds shit.
Give me another version.
The Michael Myers, if you have balls of steel for that statement, young man. Young man, you're a young man. You're both young man. The first Scream movie opening is terrifying. Yeah. So.
The Friday the 13th Pete with Jason knows, yeah, did.
That did, yeah.
Yeah, I will say this about Star Wars and Disney owning Star Wars. What cracks me up the most now, I've commented on this on other videos on my Instagram and that, the same people who are wishing death upon it and burning hell, they still go and watch everything they fucking pump out.
One day,
but you're just feeding. You're just every time you watch this Disney stuff that you hate so much, you're putting dollar signs in Disney's bank. So if you want to use your voice and stop watching it. And I say that about Marvel people. Like I put a video out on my Instagram the other day, and people like, I've got Marvel fatigue. Marvel's crap. I don't like Marvel. But the same people saying that are off to go and watch Guardians of the Galaxy opening weekend. So it's quite hypocritical, in my opinion. If you don't like the Disney Star Wars, stop watching it. Like it's simple as that.
Well, it's very true. Yeah, no one's forcing anyone to watch any of it. Literally, Jason was in the house that Freddy built. Freddy gave us Jason fans nightmares. Well, yeah, later, everyone. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because I may be back on in 15 minutes. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah. Might be interviewing Kurt McKinney from No Retreat, No Surrender.
Okay.
So he gave me a date. And then I said, fine. How about this time? And then I sent him the link, but I haven't had a reply. So we'll see. Might see everyone.
Cool.
All right. Thanks for Paul for joining me tonight. And then we'll see him again for RoboCop soon, aren't we?
Yeah, always a pleasure. I love doing these reviews, man. I always have a laugh. And
yeah, it's just
looking forward to the RoboCop one in a couple of weeks as well. We'll have some good times with that.
As Fran says, take care all. So
take it easy, man.
I might be live in 15 minutes. Who knows?